Christians. Sometimes when my family and I are visiting, they pray out loud. They pray aloud. They do not respect our religious differences. What should we do?
Questions come from Cleveland, Ohio, with regards to non-Muslim relatives who come and visit, or you visit them, or you interact with them, and they pray out loud, and they don't respect your religious ideals and values, etc. What should we do? Well, it depends on the relative. Your mother, who's a Christian or Baptist, is not like a second or third cousin, or a distant uncle or distant aunt. Your father, your brother. So it depends on the relative, all right? Also, it depends on what type of religion they have. Someone from Ahlul Kitab is not necessarily like someone who's a Buddhist, or someone who's an atheist, who worships the ancestors, etc. Also, it depends on what you mean by they don't respect your religion. Just because they pray Allah doesn't mean they don't respect your religion. Doesn't necessarily mean that. Your grandmother may respect you, but she's a Christian, and she says hallelujah, Allah, or oh Jesus, help me, something falls, or she sees a mouse in the kitchen, she screams, says good Jesus, or something like this. Right? It doesn't mean that she disrespects your religion, or she don't. That means she believes in what she believes in. All right. But as far as if you mean that they're trying to mock Islam or mock you or make fun of you, then that's a different story. Oftentimes, when you're walking down the street or driving in a car or on a plane, you come across non-Muslims, whether they're Jews or Christians, specifically Christians, and if you notice, oftentimes they'll mention Jesus' name or they'll say something just because they see you. They see you dressed in a certain way, they see you trying to practice Islam, then they'll say something about thank the Lord or something like this. And oftentimes it's because they feel insecure. They feel insecure that you're following and you're trying to do something and they're just Sunday Christians at best, if that, right? Everyone understand this? Jumu'ah to you is a holy day. The Eid is a holy day. And the Christmas to them is a holiday. Get drunk, eat, buy clothes, and give gifts to them. So they get upset and they get jealous when they see you oftentimes. Everyone ever experienced this? He wasn't talking about Jesus the whole time until he saw you. Everyone understand this? Or Jews in New York City. You see a Jewish person, Orthodox Jew or Hasidic or whatever, they're not bothering anyone. They see you and they look at you a certain way. They feel a certain way. Everyone understand? So it doesn't necessarily mean they're disrespecting your religion, but they may be jealous or envious. As far as if they are disrespecting your religion, then try your best to minimize your mixing with them. Especially if they're a distant family member, like I just said. The amount of patience that you're going to have for your mother or grandmother is not like a distant cousin. Everyone understand this? Someone who's barely a family member. It's a difference. It's a difference between the two. A relative, a distant relative. You know that they're relatives as well. But there is a what? There's a difference. Everyone understand this? Try to give them dawah if you can. Explain to them. The average person is ignorant and following the way of his or her forefathers. The average person. They don't know what's going on. They're just following the flow of things. So maybe you can sit down and talk to them, explain to them. Maybe you may have to be patient upon some of their ignorance and some of their stupidity, some of their rudeness, and maybe even some of their mockery, if you have the ability to defeat them with knowledge, with wisdom, with common sense. Think about how you used to be, how strange it sounded the first time you heard about it. Even as a Muslim, the first time you heard about the Sunnah, the first time you heard about this, when someone asked you to lift up your pants, what you used to say? I'm not lifting up nothing. I ain't cutting nothing. I ain't wearing no what? High waters. Everyone understand this? I ain't cutting my Guess jeans, right? Now look, you feel naked if you walk outside with your pants beneath your ankles. But when you first heard about it, you might have not been too accepting of it. A beard. Now look. So just think about how you used to be, as Allah tells us in the Quran. How that you used to be like this. So that's be mindful. As far as if a person is an ignorant, tyrannical, mushrik, or Christian or whatever, they don't want to hear nothing, they want to make fun of you and mock you, then leave them alone. Turn away from them. And limit your dealings with them to the necessary, mandatory dealings. And if you have the ability to regulate the situation, that is what you should do. I'm going to come, I'm going to do this, I'll fix the air conditioner, I'll come say hi to the family, don't bring up religion. Don't say anything about me, don't disrespect me. You understand this? Hopefully we can agree on that. And Allah Azza wa Jalla truly knows best.